Hey friends, and welcome to Old Mill Homestead. So I got the email this morning. I actually got an email about a week ago saying that it was time for the chickens to come. I got an email this morning saying they are shipping out today, which is on a Monday, and they should be here in 1 to 3 days. So I've already had all of this stuff in here set up, but I want to go ahead and put it in the actual brooder that we're using. And so I wanted to show you some of the things that we're using, how the brooder is going to look once they get here. Go ahead and get all of it set up so that when the phone call comes from the post office, I can just go get them and don't have to worry about doing any of this. That way it saves time. The quicker I get to them and the faster I get them home, the healthier I think they'll be, just because they're being shipped. Now there's a lot of controversy over that, and as I've explained in videos before, this is the first time we've ever had chickens, and I was looking for specific breeds of chickens, and we went with Buff Orpington. We went with some Polish because they match my hair. We got three of each breed, and so then we got some Delaware. We got I can't remember all the ones at the very moment, but we got 5 different breeds. So we're gonna have 15 baby chicks, and I'm so tickled. It has been so hard going to different stores like your Co-op or Tractor Supply and leaving without chickens because I've been so excited. But we're gonna check this out this weekend. We plan on finishing the chicken coop, and I will show you an overall of the chicken coop. It's not plans. This is our first time ever building a chicken coop, so there's good parts, I'm sure. There's bad parts, I'm sure. There's learning processes, I'm sure. We looked at several different ideas and came up with our own, but as far as measurements and all of that, it's not going to be that kind of video. I will let you know at the end when we get everything finished what the total cost was. What I can tell you is that the chicken coop is going to be 8 by 16, and the chicken run will also be 8 by 16. So it's going to be a fairly large area, and then they will free range in the goat yard with the goats. We have possibly some pretty exciting expansion plans coming in the next couple months, so we'll dive into that later. But for now, they'll be in the current goat yard, and they'll kind of free range that area during the day. They can get into their run and into their coop if they want, or they can stay out in the goat yard. I do have some portable fencing that I can try to put them in, and we'll see how that goes. So let me show you what all we have for our chicken brooder. So, as I've told you before, we are using a heating plate. It's 10 by 10, and it fits up to 15 chicks. We actually have 2 of these, so if we need a second one, we have another one available. This is one that we purchased online on Amazon and got in. These are going to be in, this is our spare room, kind of our catch-all room. And so they're going to be inside our home, and I'm not comfortable with a heat lamp inside our home when we leave. It makes me nervous enough that we have a heat lamp on the porch in the kitty condo out there. That makes me nervous enough running that at night, let alone having one in my home. So we opted for the heating plate for the chickens, and it's adjustable for them to get under. The first probably 4 days-ish, we're going to use paper towel. Now you can use paper towel, you could use doggy pads, like doggy pee pads. You could use, obviously, shavings. Go straight into that. Just a little bit of research that we've done. Well, we've done a lot of research, but what we've decided is the first probably 4 days to a week, we're going to use paper towel, and then we'll switch to shavings. Now, that's purely because there is a potential for them to eat the shavings because they've not yet learned what food is. And so for us, it's better safe than sorry. There's probably hundreds of you, thousands of you that have went straight to this or however, and that's great. But for us being brand new, this may change next year. But for the plan right now is 4 days to a week. We'll do paper towel, and then we will switch to bedding. The shavings, what is this called? Shavings we picked up from Tractor Supply. So the other thing we picked up is the feeder. So we got a pretty large feeder because we have 15 birds coming. We also have our feeders for the outside, which will be in a separate video. I'll show you all that. And then we got the little waterer that has the little spout that comes out, and I think that will work best to try to keep it as the moisture down, right from where the chickens get in, and kind of splash it everywhere. At least that's my thought. Now if that doesn't work out, we can always run to the Co-op or Tractor Supply and pick up what we want. So let me start showing you how we're going to set this up in the actual brooder. We're going to start out by putting the paper towel down. Now the reason that this is even not in use at the moment is because during the winter, this was the goats' trough, and during the winter it froze, and when my husband was trying to break the ice in, he put a little chip right here. Now it does still hold water fine, but we opted to get them a new one. And when I cleaned this out about a week ago, I soaked it outside with some soap and some bleach to kill any contaminants or possible anything that could be in here that would upset the baby chicks, and then washed it and washed it and washed it again before I brought it in, and it held water. I let it set for at least 2.5 hours. So I think it's still fine, but I did underneath, you can just see here, put some puppy potty pads just in case. And then over this little hole, which is, like I said, it didn't go all the way through, I'm going to put another one just for an added layer of protection, because I do not want anything to ruin my floors. So then I'm going to add my paper towel. So we have all of our paper towel down. This one section I did put the puppy pad down just to make sure. So all of our paper towel is down. There's 2 layers of paper towel. This layer has 3 because that's the puppy pad. So let's go ahead and add what we need to add in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and set this in here. I'm going to put this on this side of the brooder because my electrical outlet is over here, and that way the heating plate can be on this side closest to where it needs to plug into. So again, this is from RentACoop. It is a 10 by 10 and it fits up to 15 chicks. Supposed to be easy to install. So let's get that in there. And what I'm going to do is, once I get the tracking, I've gotten the labels printed and something else has happened, but I can't track the chicks yet. So as soon as I get that information, probably at least a few hours, I'm going to turn this on just to let it be warming up in here. We keep our house relatively cool, so I don't want the chicks to be cold. So this comes with the 4 legs. And here is the adjustable part of it. So I'm going to go ahead and put them on the first click, and then I'll adjust it as needed. So for starting out, I'm going to leave it this height. I may end up shrinking that once the chicks come and I kind of see how much space is under there. But for now, we're gonna leave it there. It does have a little lid that you just sit right on top. And it's supposed to help kind of divert the chickens from wanting to stand on this. So, helps with the mess, I guess. Okay, so we have that in there. And then I'm gonna put our water together. Like I said, it's just the little nipple water here. Okay, so I have everything set up and I'll show you what it looks like. Now there's going to be adjustments. I've never had baby chickens before, so when they get here I may need to adjust things up or down, and I will do that when they come. But I wanted to show you what it looks like so far. So we have the heat plate here, and it is adjustable, so I can adjust it if need be. And the plug-in is going to be back behind over there. So this is adjustable, all of this, so it can go up or down, and I do have 2 of these if needed. Then we're going to span over, and we've got our feeder and our waterer. Now I did put this on a little piece of wood. Now I might have to take that back down depending on how tall they are when they get here, or I might leave it like that. I might bring a brick in. Just depends on what all I need. But here is the setup. Everything's set up in here. Now this, like I said, it might change. We've never had chickens before, so some things, sun's really coming in. We've never had chickens before, so some things may change. Some things are gonna get taller, shorter. We do have the hardware mesh where we can cut out a panel and put on top, and then we have several cuts of wood that we can kind of keep them in here once they get a little bit older and are wanting to start popping out into the house. We have a pen, a dog pen set up outside, and once they get a little older, we'll take them out there. We'll also have that secure. I'll be out there with them, and that will be their acclimation time into getting acclimated to going outside. So by the time they're coming, they're coming mid-June. So it's hot here in Tennessee, and so it shouldn't be too terribly long. I'm thinking 6 weeks before they're ready to go out. But also wanted to show you some of the things we have. We have the chicken grit. We got this online on Amazon and just had it shipped. We also have their chicken feed. We have several bags of this, and it's medicated 18% chicken feed. And then for when they first get here, at least for the first little bit, we have some electrolytes for them that we're going to give them. So I feel like we're pretty well covered. We also have the good thing about that excuse me, I have the hiccups, McMurray site, is that they gave you like a list of things that can potentially help if you have issues. One was apple cider vinegar with the mother in it. We have that here already on the Homestead. And a few other things it was suggesting that we have all of that already here on the Homestead. I did read over that email twice to make sure that we had anything we could possibly need for them once they get here. And so yes, I'm so excited, guys. I cannot wait. I will take you on the journey with us when we go get them. It will probably be just me, because it'll be either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, right, according to the email. So they should be here. I'm so excited. I don't know if you can tell my excitement, but like I said, this is all new for us, right? These are laying chickens. Everybody's homestead's different, and I feel like you know, it might not, my homestead doesn't look the same as our neighbors and other people that I know, and your homestead doesn't have to look the same either. We are probably never going to have quote unquote a protein source here on our farm that we eat for meat. It's not something that I'm interested in. It's not something that I would much rather support local farmers and have them do that. And I don't eat beef, pork, or seafood anyway, so it would be chicken and turkey for me. Nick does eat beef, and we have an option from one of it's not a co-op, it's a farmer's market storehouse, not 5 minutes away from us, where you can go purchase, you know, a hog, a cow, whatever, from all local surrounding farmers. You can go look at their homesteads and see the conditions and all that. If Nick is interested in that, I have no problem with him doing that. But as far as us slaughtering our own animals here on the homestead, I do not ever see that happening. My view has changed a lot on that, and we'll go into that in a different video. This one is just about the chicken setup and everything we have for it. I am tickled pink to get this going. Like I said, we do have another one of these. I keep want to call it a heating pad. It's a heating plate. So we have 2 of these if needed. It's supposed to fit up to 15, but we do have a second one that I can put over here. They have room. This is 55 gallon. So they have room to get away from it if they want to. Their food and water's on the opposite side of it. And we will, like I said, turn this on at least the morning of that they're expected to be here, just to let it kind of warm up in here. I will probably also shut off the vent in here. That's what I did when I had the tomatoes and peppers in here growing, is I didn't shut it off, but I covered it to only push to one side so that the sunlight and the warmth of this room could help those. So we'll probably do the same thing when the chicks get here, just to keep it warmer in here for them and make sure they're happy and healthy and warm and cozy. And I can't wait. I'm so excited. So I will post everything down in the description box that we bought. And if you have any questions, you can ask. I'm certainly not an expert in this. Like I said, this is our first time ever having chickens, and these are for laying eggs. We had several different breeds, and I handpicked them based off what I felt, the information I was given via other homesteaders that we know, and researching it online, reading books and articles and magazines and chicken groups and everything else. I picked the 5 that I thought would be good for us, for our homestead here. So we're tickled pink, guys. We will see you in the next one, and it will probably be when the chicks arrive. I'm so excited. I hope you can tell. We should get the chicken coop finished this week. That'll be in a separate video. Like I said, it's not a how-to, right? This is the first time we've ever built a chicken coop, and we've researched and researched and researched. But you can research. Research is great, knowledge is great, but you're gonna learn so much more when you're in it. I've learned so much about gardening just doing it, just getting my feet wet and doing it. Pros, cons, things we've done right, things we've done wrong. So it'll be the same with the chickens. Everything's a learning experience. Embrace it, give yourself a little grace, and just move forward. Guys, we will see you in the next one. Have a good one.